Hey, welcome back to another video in the More You Know series. We're talking about OSINT and doxing. What is OSINT? OSINT is open source intelligence. It's the collection and analysis of data gathered from open sources being overt and publicly available sources. And we do this to produce actionable intelligence, either on an individual or a target. And there's a wealth of legally collectible OSINT available, thanks to the proliferation of social media, online activities, publicly available records from the government, white papers, research papers, all the information required that could give an attacker everything they need to successfully profile an organization or individual. Now, gathering information from a wide variety of sources is a time-consuming job, and there are many tools out there to make intelligence gathering simpler. In fact, we've already talked about OSINT tools throughout the course of this class. We've talked about the use of Google Docs and port scanners like Nmap and ZenMap. There are a lot of tools out there. One great place to start is the OSINT framework at osintframework.com. This was put together by Justin Nordine. The framework provides links to a large collection of resources for a large variety of tasks, from harvesting email addresses to searching social media or even the dark web. Let's take a look at osintframework.com just briefly here. So osintframework.com has a key in the upper right hand corner. It'll tell you that if the tool needs to be downloaded, installed, and run locally on your machine, if the tool is a Google Dork, if it requires registration to use the site or service, if it's a URL that you need to manually modify the search parameters for. Let's take a look at one such tool, but on your own, go back, take a look at the OSINT framework and look at some of these tools. One that I'm going to take a look at, that I would encourage you to look at to see if potentially if you've been owned or pwned, is a great tool. Have I been pwned? It's a website that will show you if your email address has been involved in a known breach. The important thing here is a known reported breach. So this would be underneath email addresses, and then breach data, and have I been pwned? So here you just simply put in your email address. And this is a pretty legitimate site. I don't have any reservations about putting in an email address. However, because this is going on video, instead of using my own email address, I'm just going to put in a made-up email address. Now, I'm pretty sure that this one will show up because people throughout the years have probably used this made-up email address to register at websites and services, to check out things for free without giving away their real one. So I'm just going to put in joe@example.com and click on pwned. Oh no, this address has been pwned in 97 data breaches. 97 data breaches. So if I scroll down, it will show me information about these various data breaches. So try this yourself. Read through some of these different breaches. Try it with your email address or the email address of someone that you know to see, has their email been compromised? Now the good news is some of these attacks were a while ago, and if you've changed your email address password since that time, and you've changed it to something different and strong, you're probably okay. But if you reuse your passwords or haven't changed it, strong indication that you may want to change that password. All right, so again, a lot of great tools out there on the osintframework.com. Now, the lines of what is legal and ethical can be a little bit blurry. And as an OSINT investigator or a white hat hacker, an ethical hacker, integrity and a high level of ethics should be front of mind as you investigate, as your investigation proceeds. Be aware of what you do with the data that you collect. Now, I am not a lawyer. I am not giving legal advice. Gathering information from OSINT sources may not be illegal, but what or how you use it could be. Now, let's talk about a dark side of OSINT. And that's to dox or doxing. Doxing is a form of open source intelligence. The word originated from the abbreviation of dropping documents. Right? It's kind of the dark side of OSINT. It's the act of compiling a dossier against the victim. That could be an individual or a corporation, an organization, and then publishing that online. So posting someone's real name, address, email address. This is often used to harass, coerce, or shame a victim into some sort of compliance, a form of vigilante justice, or even hacktivism. Those are common motivations for doxing. So, while doxing itself may not technically be illegal, it is unlawful to coerce, intimidate, or threaten an individual or an organization. Always make sure that you're practicing ethical hacking. Right? First and foremost, you need to get permission before you attempt to hack a system or a network from the owners of that network. Remember, as an ethical hacker, your aim is to investigate a system, find out weak points, and then report those so that the overall benefit is to improve the security footprint from future attacks by actual bad attackers. Limit your activities to the scope of your assessment engagement. Report any security breaches and vulnerabilities found in the process, the systems, or the network to those that hired you. And only those, right? You're going to keep your discoveries confidential and respect any non-disclosure agreements that may be in place. So again, knowledge is power. The more you know, with great power comes great responsibility. So make sure that you are practicing ethical hacking techniques with your use of OSINT technologies.